All right. Okay. So what we want to cover is who we are, Brigadoon, the role of the puppy raisers, talk about support system, different types of fosters, what we're looking for, what's provided, and then we'll cover next steps for those that are interested. All right. So who we are, Brigadoon Service Dogs is a 501c nonprofit. We're in Bellingham. We've been around for over 20 years, going on like it's 22 now. We provide highly trained service dogs to individuals with disabilities. We are an accredited organization. Our accreditation is through Assistance Dogs International, and we've had that accreditation since 2012. The area we serve or where we place dogs is Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and British Columbia. Our mission statement is we provide trained service dogs for veterans, children's, adults with physical, developmental, and behavioral health disabilities to promote a more independent and enriched life by offering a helping paw. Our values are to operate the highest ethical standards, provide the best trained service dogs possible, treat each person with respect and dignity, and exceed client expectations. Who are our clients? So we've launched over 150 service dog partner teams since we were established. We average about 6 to 8 placements per year. Right now we're supporting approximately 55 active teams and one facility dog, and we're ready, I believe, to place a second facility dog. There we go. Over 50% of our clients are veterans. Most common health conditions in the clients we serve would be mobility and physical disabilities, the psychiatric conditions such as PTSD, anxiety, neurodivergence, such as autism, ADHD. Makes Brigadoon stand out from some other organizations is that many of our clients have a condition in more than one category or disability. We've often matched and trained our dogs to help with multiple disabilities. Our dogs. It takes about 2 years to raise, train, and place our dogs with a client. We have about 20 dogs in the active training program in a given time. Our dogs live in volunteer foster homes when they're not in one of our prison programs, but they also will all rotate in and out of our prison program. How that works is usually around 5 or 6 months, 6 months old, we'll send the puppy in for a first visit, which could be 1 to 3 weeks, depending how that's going for them. And it's just an introduction, an opportunity to become exposed to the environment, and then they'll come back out for another month or 2 before they'll actually go back in and start more of the formal training for them. Our dogs are purpose-bred to be service dog candidates. The Assistance Dogs International, by being accredited through them, we are able to be a part of a breeding dog cooperative. And so we provide puppies into the cooperative or male or female dogs to be bred for the cooperative. And then we'll also get puppies from a queue through that same cooperative. They are primarily going to be Labrador retrievers, golden retrievers, and then we do have a number of lab golden mixes. This is a service dog's journey. It starts with puppy raising, then they'll move into the prison program. Then at around somewhere between 14 to 18 months, they'll usually enter into our advanced training. And then final step is that placement where we'll look at our client list and know the dogs that we have that are nearing that stage in their journey, and then we'll do preliminary meet and greets to find a good fit, both one where we think the dog is a good fit for the client and the client is a good fit for the dog. And then when we get that preliminary match, then they'll do a team training together, which is a 2-week process, roughly 2-week process, intensive training for that client to learn to work as a team with the dog. What puppy raisers do. First and foremost, they provide a loving home. Our puppy raisers are helping to prepare our puppies for a happy, healthy life. They will socialize the puppies in real-world environments. They'll work on basic obedience and good manners, and they'll help build confidence. As it says, you don't have to be a dog trainer to be a puppy raiser. Your role is bringing the puppy on errands and community outings, socializing the puppy to build confidence and emotional regulation. You will help teach the puppy some of their basic cues. You'll be providing positive exposure to new sights, sounds, and people. And then you'll attend our training classes that are better to help you train the behaviors, learn how to support the puppies out in the community when we're exposing them to new environments, to new situations. You will learn how to help the puppy walk politely on a leash, how to teach the puppy to settle and be calm, and be able to say, like, lie down in its bed out in public. You don't need prior experience to be a puppy raiser. And then what matters most is that you're committed and willing to learn. Now, the fun part, lots of puppy cuddles. It's very important to us that although you are preparing the puppy to one day be a service dog, the key point, the key word in that is dog, and they still get to be a dog, and they still get to live, in the home and be a part of that family for the time they're with, and enjoy that time with you. You'll be watching them learn and grow. You'll get to take them places with you. When the puppy's old enough and can stay in its crate for, say, like an hour at a time. Some of our puppy raisers take their puppies to work with them. They'll take them to restaurants or coffee shops when they're able. They take them to the store when they go shopping. It may take the puppy in for the first few minutes of the shopping, and then the puppy comes back out, and then they can go finish to the vehicle, and then they can go back in and finish the shopping. And Eventually, maybe the puppy's old enough to stay with you for longer periods of time when you're doing these things. Another fun part is that you'll be around other dog lovers and be able to form connection um, with those who are also involved with puppy raising and other volunteer fostering. And then you're a part of something that really is life-changing. My my role at Brigadoon has recently changed. That I am now director of canine welfare and development, and one of my key roles is to work with the puppy raisers and um, volunteer fosters to make sure that we are preparing our puppies, supporting our volunteers to the best of our ability as they help get the dogs through these stages of their training and development. So first and foremost, your support system, Brigadoon training team support. There's myself, Sean and Rachel, who are all professional trainers and are available. We teach classes and work with our volunteers to help with handling the dogs and working on a lot of these um, basic behaviors that are on cue. We do conduct regular classes, and we're checking in to see when you're fostering a dog or you're raising a puppy. We do regular check-ins to see that you have what you need or be able to answer any questions that might come up, to support you for any time you may have any concerns about health or welfare of the puppy you're raising or the dog you're fostering. And then we can always point you in the direction of good resources and offer guidance for different challenges to deal with as they come up. So the different fosters that we have are, again, a long-term, a mid-range, and a short-term. Our long-term fosters, they usually have a dog or puppy with them for around 2 to 6 months. On a rare occasion, it may be longer, but that's usually about the length for a foster. And right now, we don't kennel our dogs at the facility. All of our dogs live in the homes with the volunteers. And so our greatest need is then for the puppy raisers and the long-term fosters. Puppy raising, you get the puppy between 8 and 11 weeks, and they'll usually be with you until they're around 6 to 8 months old. Another long-term foster is the adolescent foster, and they're usually anywhere from 16 to 18 months, sometimes 14, or a little bit older, and they're in advanced training. What they do is Monday through Friday, they'll go to the facility, they'll get picked up or dropped off, and they'll be at the facility like school. They'll be there from the morning until the afternoon, and they'll be training with our training staff. Then at the end of the day, they come home and get to relax in the home with the foster and maybe spend some time on the weekend going to the beach or hanging out in the backyard with the family. Our mid-range fosters, they can have a dog or even a puppy from somewhere between, say, 3 weeks to 2 months. There will be oftentimes other fosters that are doing long-term fostering that go on vacation, or they're traveling, or have something come up and they need some support themselves. So the dog they're fostering then might need somebody for a few weeks while they're gone. And then another common fostering situation for this length of time is if our puppies or dogs, when they go into the prison, they'll go in for somewhere usually between 4 to 8 weeks. Uh, it has been longer and can be, depending on how the dog is doing in the prison. And then they come out, and then we want them just to take a break, just to be able to decompress and be a dog in the home for somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks. Before then, they'll make another trip back to the prison uh, for some more training, and then ultimately heading towards that advanced training stage. And then our short respite, our short-term fosters, we have need for fosters that may take a dog for anywhere from a day up to 2 or 3 weeks. A lot of the fosters that fall into this category, they're available more on the weekends than during the weekdays, but we also always have need for that support during the weekdays. And this is needed for dogs of all ages. There'll be some times when puppy raiser just needs an afternoon off or just wants to get some stuff done and not have to worry about the puppy that day while these tasks while they're trying to accomplish these tasks. So there'll be others who will step in and say, yeah, happily take the puppy for a day or even a couple of days. And then again, for all the other levels of dogs, it may even be for a couple of weeks. What we're looking for when it comes to our puppy raisers and our fosters, just a stable and supportive home environment. You have some time to dedicate to the training and socialization of the puppies, but also that socialization continues throughout all the stages of our dog's development through the program. Looking for a willingness to follow the program guidelines, commitment for the duration of the raising. It has happened that some puppy raisers have been able to, say, help with the first couple of months, but then they've known that they wouldn't be able to see it through for another few months afterwards. So we've paired them up with another puppy raiser to take over at that period of time. Or we also have some that may choose to co-raise and split the timing up a bit with another puppy raiser. But overall, that the commitment is there to try to see the puppies through. What's provided? We do provide the food. We provide the vet care, the equipment the dogs are going to need, and the training support. We do have puppy raisers and volunteers who choose to donate food and toys and different equipment, and we're always happy to accept. But it's not necessary to have to buy all the food for yourself. We would provide it. And then the next steps. So to be a puppy raiser or foster, must be 18 years of age. Now, we do have some families that are very much involved in the puppy raising and the fostering with minor children, but that the adult has signed on as the primary. And then you complete a volunteer application. And like you said at the beginning, Allie was good enough to include a link in the chat. And so you can go there to do the application if you're interested. And then foster roles do require that we do a home visit as a part of our onboarding process. We come by to look at the property, see that it's a safe environment for the home, and that point out any potential hazards. Some roles do require a background check. And then finally, you can begin your journey as a puppy raiser. All right, well, thanks again for attending, and if you've already filled out an application, then the next step, we'll be contacting you, we'll be reaching out and contacting you. If you haven't, please fill one out. Thank you.